We've been joined in the studio by the former First Lady, Mrs. Konadu Agyeman Rawlings. Welcome to the studio, Ma, and
Thank you.
Happy Women's Day.
Same to you.
You know, you've been credited for, moving the front in terms of women's rights, women's development, and so far, how would you, let's take a flashback and look at the journey so far. How was it then, and let's compare it to now?
Today. It was difficult when we started. Let me thank you and also wish you well for the day.
Thank you, ma'am.
But it was very difficult because some people had started, like Mrs. Annie Jaggi and a couple of other ladies, but not to the extent that I thought we should go. And I was pushing it from the lowest levels to the highest levels, from the village level, the town level, into the cities, to the national level. And then I felt that if we could use the UN Declaration on Women to push the women's agenda, it will make it easier for the men to also accept where we wanted to go to. And it wasn't a matter of wanting uniformity. It was a matter of getting a gender balance. Not just the gender balance, but also a situation where women would be able to play their part and be part of decision making in the country much more than was happening in those days. So it was difficult, but today, of course, I can see that we've made some progress. Yes.
Let's look at girl-child education. It was a major focus of your activity. Looking at it today, what we are doing currently, do you think there's still, much to be done, or we are on track?
I think that the girl-child's education was pushed quite a bit. We went from village to village, town to town, trying to encourage the girl child to go to school. Got the government to do certain things for us also as a society to benefit the girl child, so that things became easier for her. But I believe that we should go back to basics. We should go back on it. A lot of girl children are in school today, but there's still a lot of girl children who are dropping out of school for various reasons. And I think it's not too late and it's not out of place to continue the girl child's education. But we must also push the boy child's education, because you see too many boys on the streets selling and all that. So,
are there specific areas that you want us to focus in order to push the girl child education further?
Yeah, I think that we should move into an area of explaining the reasons why it is important for the girl child to get the education that we are asking for. Informed education, education that would actually help her to change her mindset. We want to change their mentality, because there are still a lot of people who are in the country today who believe that, the girl child's education, yes, but she should stay in the kitchen. That mentality is still there. So we've got to change that. And first we have to start with the child, the girl child herself, to have the confidence that she can actually change her life and change it for good. So I think that the focus must not be just take the girl child to school or send her to school, but change the mentality of the girl child. Give the girl child something to hold on to. Give her the passion that she deserves, the need to want to achieve. She should become an achiever.
Exactly. Let's look at the Beijing platform. Have we gotten the results that we wanted from that platform years after?
Excuse me. My asthma is getting the better of me.
Sorry.
I think that Beijing had gave us the opportunity to see certain things that we needed to do to correct the anomalies in the system. However, the areas of concern that we decided to touch on, we have not touched on all of them. Women are still going long distances to fetch water for their families. Women are still struggling to get into politics. Women are still grappling with, the day-to-day activities of how to make ends meet. So we have been to Beijing, yes, but there's a lot to be done.
But of course, now we have a lot of women, at least in Ghana, we can count a couple of them in key positions like the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, and all of them. Is it okay, or there's still a lot to be done in terms of women's development?
I believe that the visibility of women in certain positions is a plus for us.
Okay.
But it's also important to note that not every woman is gender sensitive and not every man is gender insensitive.
Okay.
Having said that, we want to congratulate those who have put the women up front for seeing, thank you very much, for seeing the possibility and the credibility of women in certain fields and giving them the opportunity. Yes, I can see that we are very visible now, and so it's good. But I think that there are certain basic things that need to be done.
Like what, Mrs. Rawlings?
For example, today we went for a program, and at the program, a deputy minister was saying that she had just come back from her constituency, and the constituency, a 13-year-old girl, I think, was being forced into marriage. I was shocked because there's a law against it. There's it is a criminal offense to marry off a child who is not more than 18. So what would make a parent or a family member try to marry off a 13-year-old child? What does she know? So we're listening to her. So you see immediately that no, we've moved 2 steps forward, but maybe 1 step back. So we must continue on this forward march, step by step approach, and not think that, oh, we've done it, we've got a Chief Justice, we've got a ministers of, I don't know, X, Y, Z, and so on, so we can lay back and just go to sleep. You cannot sleep. Even if you sleep, keep one eye open, because the Women's Empowerment Program has to continue.
Before I let you go, what's going to be the new thing in your stable?
Say that again?
What's going to be the new thing in your stable?
On the women's empowerment or in my own life?
Even on political front, what should we expect?
Well, on the political front, as you know, I am the leader of the NDP, and I'm championing for more women to be in the executive of the party. I'm pushing for the women to have very key positions that will actually help us to propagate women's issues. Yeah. So that definitely is going to be different, you know, than what has been before.
Thank you so much, Excellency, for your time. And we've been speaking to the former First Lady, Mrs. Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings. Of course, today is Women's Day, and so we have her in the studio to talk about women empowerment.